No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
Contrary to much of the American public, I don't think FDR was the greatest president ever. In fact, I consider him one of the most dangerous in our short history. His New Deal was a New Deal for sure. It was the beginning of the end for the America that so many died for, that so many sacrificed for. Yet the America of the 1940s was of a different character. It was a people who understood country and loved for country. It was a country that in general still had a place for God. It was a country that understood the threat of a real war, because war was different then, and death was a part of war that everyone understood. We gave up comfort. We gave up lifestyle. We even gave up our lives. We gave up everything for another chance to defend freedom and our way of life. Today's world is different. Somehow the idea of dying for your country isn't honorable anymore. In fact, the common thought seems to be, how dare our country ask us to die for anything? Yet while we were still colonists, we died for the hope of something more. Ironic, huh? This week marks the 68th anniversary of one of the most important dates in U.S. history, the attack on Pearl Harbor. And yet my kids came home from school and knew nothing of this day. I would think that some sort of special mention might be due in our elementary school system, but I guess I'm out of touch again. I would think American history might garner more attention than the story of stuff and how evil capitalism is to the world. In an era gone by, a president stands in front of America and declares that we will fight as long as it takes to ensure that no country will think they can get away with what happened at Pearl Harbor. But in today's sick and misguided, politically correct world, not only is our government concerned with not offending our enemies, they're even more concerned with bringing down the very men who protect our country, its people, and its government. Between the CIA mistreating terrorists and the Navy SEALs giving a violent murderer a fat lip, our government seems to have forgotten how our enemies would treat us. Our government wants to give citizen-level rights to people who would not think twice about flying a plane of our people into a building with the intent of killing tens of thousands. Are you kidding? These people stone their fellow citizens and cut off hands for simply stealing bread. But our government sees us as the bad guy, as the terrorists, as the enemy, and America in the position of being beholden to its enemies. Not only are we backing off from any form of sovereign power, but we are telling the enemy that we will be gone as soon as we pack. What's happened to this country? What's happened to the ideas that so many people died to attain? Colonists willing to sacrifice everything for the chance that their children could live free. Now our elected officials willing to give our freedom to the G20 for their scrutiny. Deadlines on war. Stricter rules on our soldiers, allowing the enemy to control us and our moves. We the people were heard 60 years ago, and again America took its place of honor and stood. We can be heard again. We the people still have a voice. Let's be heard.
I believe that I interpret the will of the Congress and of the people when I assert that we will not only defend ourselves to the uttermost, but will make it very certain that this form of treachery shall never again endanger us.